Let's see. Pete Thamel, Sac State plans to file an application with the NCAA this week to transition from FCS to FBS. They plan to do so as an independent. The school has already filed a waiver to transition as an independent in football, which requires NCAA approval.
So
boy.
Hold on.
Here we go.
I thought that Sacramento State to the Pac-12 was a gimme.
Well, this is very interesting because the argument has been made multiple times that the Pac-12 doesn't want Sac State. And I think that is absolutely farcical. And I have been asking the Pac-12 to comment, frankly. And the Pac-12 has been hesitant to give us a comment on certain things. They have not appeared on this show. And you look at this tweet from Pete Thamel. It's a big deal now. Sacramento State has put an enormous amount of resources financially into becoming an FBS athletic department. And you look at their friends in Davis just down the freeway, who are just, I guess would be up the freeway, who are now in the Mountain West. This is a very interesting move because I'm telling you, Sacramento is a great sports market.
Pete Thamel also continues in his thread below this tweet that you're seeing on the screen to say that the school is planning to play football in the Big Sky for 2025, which is expected to be its last season there. If everything is approved, they'd be ineligible for the football postseason for 2025 and 2026. They'd then be football postseason eligible for the 27 season. And by transitioning as an independent, Sacramento State is positioning itself for an FBS conference. So this is very much a 4-year process or so.
And I think when you look at what Sacramento State has done, they've done everything right. And if you are the Pac-12, Sacramento State is absolutely somebody you should be paying attention to. And this is where we talk about this on a regular basis. Pac-12 fans love their arrogance, man. And this is how many Pac-12 fans have absolutely crushed. How many Pac-12 fans have absolutely destroyed the idea of adding Sacramento State?
Mm-hmm.
A lot. I mean, I think they should. I would be in favor of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you know, the Pac-12 needs to add full share members, in pretty short order by college football timelines. So, to me, I think that Sac State is a great option. Pete Thamel also references, and we've talked about it a million times, that Sacramento is a great market. Obviously, by Pac-12 standards, being in California, that's the heart of the Pac-12. So to me, I look at this and I say, yeah, they're going through the process and they are doing this the right way, and they are going to be ready for an FBS conference for the 27 season in terms of being eligible for the postseason. So you would think by then they would be in an FBS conference. So I this makes too much sense for the Pac-12 not to do it. I said earlier in today's show, and I've said it many times, that opportunity isn't just falling off trees right now for expansion partners. There aren't just a million schools out there who are willing and able to join your conference. So I think if Sac State wants it, if Sac State is about it, and the Pac-12 likes them, there's no reason not to add them to the portfolio. But it'll be interesting to see. Does anybody else make an offer? Does anybody else go after Sac State? Is there going to be competition? With other conferences like the Mountain West, let's say, just as an example. I'll be curious to see how that plays out. But we've been waiting for this Sac State, progress update, if you will, to come down, and finally we have that update. And again, I have to say, I like that they're doing this the right way. This isn't like, hey, we're going to try to rush this process and get to FBS as fast as possible. We remember they raised all that money. They talked about their donor base. They talked about how they were in the right position, and they had to get $50 million together and everything. So I am a big fan of college football. of doing things the right way. And I feel like Sac State is doing that. And I will be very curious to see what the competition is like from FBS conferences to add them, because I do think they're an attractive member institution.
Well, and I think you hear Mike Bibby is now the basketball coach at Sacramento State. I don't know how many of you saw that. Having lived in Sacramento, having ties to Sacramento, understanding Mike Bibby, that's a huge hire. That's no different than Penny Hardaway at Memphis. Mike Bibby is a big, big name in Sacramento. They hire him in basketball. I think this is the natural move. And if you're the Pac-12, I don't know how you pass on this opportunity.
Yeah.
They're going to be an independent. You're not going to have to pay fees or lawyers or, frankly, if I'm the Mountain West, is it not something you've already explored? I would have to think so, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I would have to think.
Yeah.
As sharp as the Mountain West is with business acumen, I have to think that conversation's been had.
Yes.
How could it not?
How is it not?
How could it not? That is wild to me. Chewy Gonzalez has been a member for 4 months.
What's up, Chewy?
Appreciate you. Matt Ritson, Sac State just added Henry Bibby for men's basketball.
Henry Bibby.
You mean Mike Bibby? Henry is Mike's dad. But, this is incredible. That's a big story.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you up to date on that. Sacramento State applying to transition from FCS to FBS as a football independent. That is a big, big deal. And I guess it isn't shocking. It's just the next natural step.
Well, we don't see this very often in college football. Like, let's be clear. We don't see a ton of stepping up from FCS to FBS. That's not something that happens every day. And again, I think it speaks to this willingness portion of the conversation with college football. Like, whether we're talking about the Super League or we're talking about wanting to compete at an FBS level, you have to be willing to do what it takes to do that. And it's everything from scheduling to, your facilities upgrades to recruiting and how much you're willing to pay coaches and all of that. Like, it is all encompassing. So I think it's great that a school in Sacramento State has said, yeah, we are willing, we want to, and we're going to, go through the process.
Yeah, and I know this probably does not seem like a big deal to you. I am telling you that this is a big deal. This is something that I think is long in the works. And I am not surprised at all that Sacramento State's going to do this as an independent. It's the right thing to do.